Hi, it's John. Now, there's been quite a lot of talk on the internet about seeing and whether what you see in a photograph is real. There's quite a lot of suspicion of photographs nowadays because everybody knows that they can be doctored and, can be fixed to portray what people want you to see. And the same will be true of a documentary or a film. You look at films and you think that everything's got to have a happy ending, or everything's got to be a story which connects up. I get the feeling that in the 1920s there was a certain sort of anarchic mood around, where there was no meaning to things. We all have a sort of search for meaning, and at that time it seemed like people had lost their sense of meaning. I suppose it might have been after the First World War. But where I am here down in leafy Dorset, I get the feeling that people have got some sort of sense of purpose in life and sense of meaning. I've no idea what it's based on. Well, except for betterment and pleasure and enjoyment, and family is very strong, isn't it? People, want their children to do very well at school, and they pay for private education. Well, they do down here. I think a lot of kids are privately educated, and a lot of even the ordinary council schools are very good, and the parents make sure they're very good. So sort of family values are very strong, and of course that goes back to Judaism, doesn't it? The family, the continuance of self in the family, the genetic thing. And I think in a family, it's not long before the parents and the aunts and people like that identify where the next generation of the gene pool is going to come from. Who's going to be single, who's going to be married, who's going to produce children. I think there's this subconscious thing going on that the family soon work that out, and they want to encourage the gene pool. So what we perceive is influenced by what we see and what we experience and what we hear. And we perceive on a conscious level, and perhaps even more on a subconscious level. Now we're talking about colour. I think in my lifetime, I remember when the colour fluorescent green came in. There was only fluorescent orange, and then fluorescent green jackets appeared. So that's a new colour that's come around since I can remember. I don't think I've ever seen a fluorescent purple or a fluorescent blue. I wonder if they could be created, or whether it would be impossible because they're at the other end of the spectrum, the light spectrum. Anyway, now anybody who hasn't done any video editing won't know that in all the video editors you can get all sorts of different effects. So you do a standard video, and then you can make it like 8mm, sepia tone, Doufé colour, sort of like 1960s Kodachrome, black and white. So all sorts of effects. And one film which they did use a very good effect was Nowhere Boy, story about John Lennon's childhood, and they did that in sort of 60s film colour, and it really gave a good feel to it. So you get that sort of feeling coming through, and you feel you're back there. It's like if you have an old radio, you turn on an old radio, you expect an old radio programme to come out. Of course they don't. It's a modern sort of Radio 1 type stuff. So the editor has great power. The editor of videos and the editor of films, the editor of photographs, So you need to be wary, because this world is not benevolent. Oh no. People want to sell you things that you don't want. People want you to pay more money than what something's worth. People want you to commit to serving them, all your life. All sorts of malicious things going on out there. So you've got to be wary and judge everything. So yes, I agree with the idea that you can't trust a photograph. Yes, you may be able to see new things in, perceive new things if you see new colours, or like the HDR-ish. It is HDR. I can't remember what it stands for. High definition resolution or something. I can't remember. But I think that's mainly what the topic is about. Right. Bye for now.